guys, this first one we're going to go into. I'm just looking A, B, or C. Okay. And I would say on all of these, every time you see a play, there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer. Every referee is different. Everyone has different considerations for a foul. There's recommended decisions, I guess you would say. This first one, I got to tell you, it's a toughie. I'm not sure if what needs to be called here, if there needs to be called. Is there a call? I don't know. What's your call? Go ahead and type in the chat what your call is. Are you going with A, it's a foul on blue, restart with a direct free kick? Are you going with B, it's a foul on white, restart with a direct free kick? Or are you going, I don't know, ball went out of bounds, yeah, just restart with the throw in and no call, just check, make sure everyone's okay? What are you going with? Go ahead and drop it into the chat. Everyone's dropping it in. Oh, I see a B. Okay, great. Stefan, appreciate that. C from Tom. Okay. C, Chris. C. Video is a bit choppy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the Hampton Inn. So it's gonna do the best this Wi-Fi is gonna do. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So we've got some B's and C's. It's so interesting for me. I mean, neither one of these players necessarily has like, control or is dribbling with the ball. Who's challenging who? I don't know. Ball went out of bounds. I think, the player's reaction doesn't seem crazy. Personally, for me, I'm going C, no foul. It's one of these things, 50-50. We'll just play on, make sure everyone's okay. That's my personal feel on that one. All right, next one. This one's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
David,
What's your call?
I'm going to ask a real quick question on that
Go for
first
it.
video.
Yeah.
Considering it a pass back, because the ball went out of bounds and the goalie didn't touch the ball, does that come into play?
Hang on one second. We don't have any goalkeeper touching this ball, though.
Right, that's what I mean. So the goalie didn't touch the ball. So is it considered a pass back then if the goalie didn't touch it? Or are you just talking about the foul? This is
Oh,
just
no,
a
I'm just
foul.
talking about this foul right here.
Foul. Okay, I thought this was a pass back situation.
No,
I was
no, no,
like,
no, no, no. These are
see
just
the goalie.
we're not in pass backs yet. We're getting there. Don't worry.
Okay,
No pass backs.
okay,
No
okay,
pass
okay.
backs.
Okay.
Michelle, you're jumping ahead. My
No,
God.
sorry.
It's okay. I'm sweating. I need to add more deodorant. You had me for a second. I was like, what's going on? Is there a
Sorry.
goalkeeper in here? I don't see one.
Video's choppy, but did I miss something?
No, it's okay. No, not related to deliberate pass
Gotcha.
back.
So
Great
what's your
question.
call?
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Next one. Not related to deliberate pass back. And hopefully these play okay, even with choppy. So it's going to, rewind again. So white is going to play the ball back to their defender. Blue is going to cut it off. White grabs blue player's jersey. Okay. So again, white plays it back, trying to play negative, to maybe for a switch. Blue intercepts, and white immediately reaches out and pulls the kid's jersey back. Immediately pulling his jersey back. So you got to go through all your considerations here. Is it A? Is it just a foul on white and restart with a direct free kick? Caution for stopping a promising attack. Maybe not all of our dog so conditions are met. Is it B? It's a foul on white, restart with a direct free kick and a send off for dog so. Or C, no foul. Referee was in another time zone. I just thought this one was funny. Hang on one second. I'm going to pull this one up 1 second when the actual foul occurs. Just we did positioning and movement last time. Oh my gosh, hang on. I want to try and pause it right here when the actual the foul happens. Is this dynamic positioning? We got good movement here. What do you think,
Mhm.
guys? You think we're reading this play? Should
No.
we be moving our
There's
feet a
no
little bit?
movement.
Get an angle? That'd be great.
Go
Okay.
behind.
A little bit behind. A little bit. Okay. So the player is pulling Blue's jersey right now. We've got a hold. So put in the chat, is this stopping a promising attack? A. Is it B? Do we have dog so? Okay, so we've got A, another defender nearby. Ball's pretty far. Okay. We got A's. We got lots of spas here. Spa, a couple B's. Okay, a couple B's, a couple A's. Again, I think you could probably support, either decision, to be quite honest, especially at this level. Again, what are these kids, 13, 14 years old? I think people would probably be satisfied and expect a yellow card here. I think if we were being technical, man, look where the goalkeeper is, completely out of position here. He's being pulled right there. There's no one between the foul and goal, but I think distance could be a consideration at this age level. So I think either A or B, you could support that and be like, all right, good decision there. But definitely foul on the ref if we're not reading the play and reacting, that's for sure. All right, last one of the pre-work, and then we're going to get in. All right. So it's just nothing really going on. Then all of a sudden, White just kind of a little late, kind of knocks someone down. Balls away, and White just leaves a little something extra here, right here. Little trip, little charge. Not sure exactly, what you would call that. It's just naughty, right? Just does something naughty. So are we going with A, careless foul on White, restart with direct free kick, no card? B, reckless foul on White, restart direct free kick, and a caution, a yellow card? Or are we going C, foul, excessive force, serious foul play, restart with direct free kick, and red card? All right, so what do we got? Well, we got A, B, or C. Man, these answers are coming in. See a lot of A's, careless fouls, okay? And A with a talking to. A with a talking to. Yeah. There's some B's, yellow card, right? A, assuming it's not persistent. I see a D. I like that. Yeah. I could either go with A or B. I think if it's A, it is and temperatures are low and it's the first time someone's doing this, maybe we could be, hey, unacceptable, not going to happen. I think also, I mean, this is definitely late. Um, it's something that has to be addressed. If this is not the first time this person's fouled someone in the match, I could easily be comfortable with a yellow card caution for the reckless challenge. I mean, again, it's certainly naughty there. There's no reason for this at all. So I'm probably laying towards card, to be quite honest. All right. Yeah, age level matters, definitely, without a doubt. And physicality of the match. This is a college match, my gosh. If they're not bleeding in college, sometimes feels like there's no card. All right. Well, now we're ready to get in. Okay. First things first, before we get into our presentation tonight, on December 13th in Southern California, okay, outside of LA in Bell, California, there is a free mentor certification course, okay? It is December 13th. You sign up on CalSouth's website. It's on their list of courses. I'm a certified mentor. I'm going for my Mentor Plus certification now this year, and I absolutely love it. And I will tell you, I think it's for everyone. You don't need to be, at the end of your refereeing career and knees giving out to be a certified mentor. Actually, I'd say it's in my state of Georgia, there's a lot of balance. Like you'll see actually this guy here, he's a regional referee going for national candidate right now. He's coming close to his regional certifications status. And a lot of the younger referees who do it, they feel like they become better referees because they know what the assessors are looking for. So it's helping them move forward. They love giving back to the game. It's a lot of fun. And it's another source of income, to be quite honest. So again, it's, teaching these referee classes, there is income for that. We're looking on strengthening our mentoring program in the future. And so we're going to be looking for more people to do mentoring on the field as well. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing to do. I would tell you personally, for me, it's changed how I look at people on the field and how I evaluate people and how I give feedback. But I really love those first time referee courses. I really, really do. I want to get people excited about being a ref and passionate about it. You sign up, again, it's free. I know it says payments accepted, but you'll see it's like it's $0. It's December 13th. So about 6 weeks from now in LA, in Bell, California to be exact, mentor and referee coach in-person course. So please mark it down, check it out on CalSouth. We would love to see more people get certified as mentors here in the Southern California. I think there's only about 100 right now for, a community of 20 million people. So we need more. We need more. All right. Now we are ready to get into deliberate kicks to the goalkeeper. This is a fun topic. There's a lot of misunderstanding about well, first off, people just call it pass backs. That's the first thing. Oh, it's a pass back. Yeah, that's not the language, right? So there's very specific language in IFAB Law 12.2 as to what people commonly call a pass back. Okay, so when you go into your app, you'll see it right here. It's an indirect free kick. It's awarded. if a goalkeeper inside their penalty area commits any of these offenses, right? So we know about, hey, if they have control of the ball and they put it down and they pick it up again before it's touched someone else, that's what this bullet point is right here. But the ones that we're going to be talking about really today is in this three bullet points right here. So when they touch the ball with the hand or arm, unless the goalkeeper's clearly kicked or attempted to kick the ball, okay, and it has been deliberately kicked to the goalkeeper by a teammate. That is what's so important. Again, it's not just a pass back from a teammate, it has been deliberately kicked to the goalkeeper by a teammate. All right. So, real quickly, since we're talking about deliberate here today, everyone take a moment and type into the chat, what does deliberate mean? Does anyone know the definition of deliberate? Take a second, 30 seconds, think about it. Because the IFAB has a definition. It's in the glossary. I highly encourage you guys, beyond the laws of the game that are in your app, okay? They actually have, if you navigate to laws of the game and you go in here, they actually have, you're not gonna be able to see it on my phone, I know it, but they actually have something called glossary. And so you can actually look up football terms and understand what it is. So I see a couple people topping in here on purpose, intentional, on purpose. You intend to do it. I love that. Specific decision made and attempt to execute. That's great. Time and space to make a control kick. I love that. You know, the time and space one we hear a lot about with deliberate as it relates to, is it a deliberate play from an offside position? Great. Deliberate in the laws of the game. Okay, if you just look up the definition, it says an action which the player intended slash and or meant to make. It's not a reflex. It's not just a kick out. It's not a challenge. It's not a tackle. It's not something under heavy pressure. They just stick out their foot and touch it. Okay. And it's not unintended. It's not a deflection. It's got to be intended to do. Okay. They've thought, I am doing this. I am kicking it there. And then kick. What's a kick? Again, I posted a video earlier this week. Okay. The ball is kicked when a player makes contact with it with the foot and or ankle. So if someone heads the ball back, chests the ball back, okay, they haven't dribbled it with their feet yet. Okay, we're going to talk about that later. But just the ball's bouncing and they head it to their keeper, or there's a cross and they chest it to the keeper, or if they knee it back or off the thigh, that is not a kick per the laws of the game. So that's really, really important. I've made this mistake myself. I think I was my second year refereeing and someone used their thigh to play it back. You know, it was a bouncing ball and they used their thigh and I called it an indirect free kick. Okay. I've done it, but now I know there's actually a definition for it. So the first thing, is it deliberate? That's the first consideration that we need to think about. And I chose this little video clip because I got a kid running to the ball, very intentionally kicking this ball. It's not someone kicking it at them and them reacting, sticking a foot out. They're kicking the ball. Now, maybe it's to the goalkeeper. We don't know. But that's the first thing. Okay. So a deliberate kick, a player has intended to pass the ball to the goalkeeper. It implies control and choice. It's really important. They've made a choice. They're not just kicking in the direction where a goalkeeper might be, they've kicked it to the goalkeeper. That's important because sometimes someone might kick and a ball goes through 4 or 5 people, okay? And the only person who touches it winds up being the goalkeeper, even though it went through like 3 or 4 people first, maybe it went through someone's legs and the goalkeeper picks it up. Is that deliberate to the goalkeeper? No. It's got to be deliberately kicked to the goalkeeper by the person who kicked it. Not deliberate, again, deflection, a challenge that happens where someone slides in and it comes off their foot and goes to the goalkeeper. Okay. And again, if a ball is kicked deliberately to another teammate, okay, maybe they were kicking to the center back, but the center back just lets the ball just keep on running by him and the goalkeeper picks it up. It's not deliberate. So this is a very famous play, happened last year. I believe this is towards the end of the season. Orlando City, Miami, big rivalry. That's Messi there running towards the ball. And he's immediately going, hey, it's been deliberately kicked to the goalkeeper. Should be an indirect free kick. Okay. And I love Messi. I love Messi. But this defender is definitely not on purpose playing a very slow rolling ball back to the goalkeeper with one of the greatest goal scorers ever standing 2 feet away from him. He's running back to try and kick the ball away from Messi. Maybe he's playing it here to a center back just to try and give him a little bit of a chance to play the ball. But the center back decides to lay off and have it roll to the goalkeeper. Okay. So is that a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper? Yes or no? Type in yes or no. Tom's on it. No, no. Edgar, no. Palmer, no. That's right. Kenneth, no. That's right. This one is actually you can find it in the laws of the game when they've got all of their Q&A section. They have this one really clearly knocked out. Again, if it's not deliberately kicked to the goal or if kicked in the direction of someone, but they allow it to just roll to the goalkeeper, it is not a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper. They've got to be deliberately kicking to the goalkeeper. And this one, I think everyone imagines that that defender's playing it. Even Messi, he stops playing because he thinks the defender's just going to play this ball. All right. Now this one, different. So we've got a defender going back towards goal. Okay. And defender, okay, he's going to kick it to the only person there, which is the goalkeeper. Is this a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper? Yes or no? Goalie, goalkeeper, whatever you want to call it. All right, I see everyone typing it in. Yes, 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 see. we we can do it in every language if we need to. Yeah, this is a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper. Even though there might be a little bit of pressure there, this guy's thought about it. He's taken 3 or 4 different steps. He is touching it with the foot ankle. He's passing it to the only person that is right there, his goalkeeper. Okay. That's a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper. So, yeah, so we've got an indirect free kick, okay, right here on the edge of the goal area because the goalkeeper touches it, right inside the goal area with his hand. So it's going to be right there on that spot. The goal line, the goal area line parallel to the goal line. So that's where it's going to be. Great. All right. This one's a little more challenging. Okay. So the team in green is going to be trying to cross the ball. Okay. So they're trying to kick the ball to another attacker, and it kind of hits off of a player in blue's feet who's running back towards goal. Okay. I'm going to zoom it in a little and show you another look at this. Again, kicks towards someone, and they're like trying to stop. It kind of like randomly hits her feet here and goes towards the goal line. Is this a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper? Again, I'm saying no, no, no. Great. Attempted clearance, deflection. No. Great. Wonderful. No, no. Wonderful. Green versus blue. Yikes. You're not liking the colors. I'm sorry. Yeah, great. No, this is not a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper. So we've got no indirect free kick. Great. Love it. Everyone's on this. Now, this one's tough. This one's tough. Is this a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper? Okay. So player number 9 is the one is actually going to touch it here. What do you guys think? I see a one no. I see yeses. I see a not sure. See a no. I see a don't think so question mark. A no. Too choppy to tell. Sorry, Kenneth. My bad. Questionable. No. So I got to tell you, I mean, I think this is one of these types of calls. There are gonna be these situations where it's, I don't know. Oh gosh, I just did the 6-7. 6-7. It's like, I don't, I, I don't know. Again, I could support either decision. It seems like he knows what he's doing here. He's not tackling away for someone. He's definitely kicking it to the keeper, but he's under pressure. Again, this may be a difficult one to do it. Someone says two teammates are kicking it at the same time. You're right. You're right. Yeah, help me, AR. Someone. Yeah, he's trying to clear the ball away from an attacker. I agree. So again, I could be totally supportive of a no call here and play on. I could totally also appreciate a referee saying, no, 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 no. He knew what he was doing. He had time to think about it and he kicked it back to his goalkeeper. So again, I think this is one of these situations. It could go either way, to be very honest. And that's the life of a referee and why they pay us the big bucks, right? All right. So consideration number two. Is it a kick? And yes, this soccer ball needs to be blown up more and maybe get some new footwear too. But consideration number two, is it a kick? Okay, so that's the second thing that we need to be thinking about here, right? So it's deliberate kick to a teammate, right? Or deliberately kicked from a teammate to the goalkeeper. So is it a kick? So this is a great one. Okay, so team in red is defending. Defender's running back to his own goal and he's going to use his knee or thigh and kick it to the goalkeeper. I say kick it because I think the common definition of a kick is you're using your leg. So is this a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper? Great. Love everyone's rocking the chat. You guys are doing awesome. So no, no. Oh, I got one as a yes. I got another one as a yes. Oh, Chris giving the explanation. Nope. Knee is okay. That's right. So this is not a kick. Remember, we defined a kick earlier in this call. A kick is using the foot or ankle. So is he using a foot or ankle? No, he's using his knee. So World Cup final, Argentina, France. Martinez kneed it back to his goalkeeper right in the goal area. Or I think it was Martinez to Martinez, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, not a kick. Knee, chest, headers, okay. So all good. Everyone makes mistakes, my friend. Don't worry. So not a kick. Yes, it goes to the goalkeeper, but it's not a kick. It's not a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper. That's why you keep seeing me use this phrase, deliberate kick to the goalkeeper. That's important. It's not a kick. So it was deliberate, yes, but it wasn't a kick. So it's a no on this one. All right. This one's tough. So we've got a cross coming in. Defender is going to raise their leg and seemingly kick it to the goalkeeper. Yes or no? Is this a deliberate kick to the goalkeeper? I got one yes. I got a no. I got a yes. I got to think so. I got a yes. I got a yes. Looks like it. Yes, no. I got a yes. Looks deliberate, even if it wasn't meant to be. Yep. Facing the keeper. Yeah. For me, for me, for me, he's got time to see it. It's not really close. It's not a deflection. It looks like he's intending to kick this ball back to the keeper. I don't know why you would do it, right? Like, obviously, please kick it away. Why would you do that to your goalkeeper? Someone else might argue to me is like, well, he totally didn't mean to do that. Why would you ever kick it right into your goal? Like, maybe it's just a deflection. Personally, for me, and just call me a Grinch, I think he's got time to look at this. I think it's an intentional act. I think it comes off his foot. Again, if he's chesting it back or using his head or knee wouldn't be an issue. I think this meets the bar. It's tough. It's tough. And yeah, someone wrote goalkeeper has to be careful and not handle the ball in these situations, right? And someone's like shoulder squared. There's no immediate pressure. Yeah, I mean, this is why we always tell goalkeepers, to be referees, because they're in these situations, these key match decisions, right? Keeper could have chested it back. Absolutely. Keeper has some responsibility on the foul. I love this. Yes. Yeah. For me, I'm going yes. For me, I'm going yes. It was deliberate for me, and it was a kick for me to the goalkeeper. So, yeah, but I could totally appreciate what someone say to me. Now it's not. I think he's got time to do it. So again, and the age level too, right? So this kid to me looks like he's 16, 17 years old. If it's a 12-year-old, I'm
Good.
not calling, right? If it's a 10-year-old, I'm not calling it,
Just one.
right? And again, Thomas, you're right. Not a foul, infraction. Yes. Indirect free kick offense, we'll call it. That's right. Cool. So interesting one there. All right. Next one. Now, this is a little known one. It's a really little known part of the law. Okay. Again, you got to be straight up laws of the game nerd, in my world, to to have, well, I mean, you have to have been around for a while to see this actually on the field, because you may ref 1,000 matches and never see this, but also to know that this law is there and have experienced it. Okay. So in this first part of the law, they talk about the goalkeeper touching the ball with the hands or arm unless the goalkeeper has clearly kicked or attempted to kick the ball to release it into play. This is a big one. This is a big one. And Stevens posted a example for us. Very important to look at this point. Goalie did not try to kick it. Okay, I'm going to look at that one a little bit. I can't click on it now, but I'll come back to this one towards the end of the one. Ipswich, love it. I think I might have seen this play. I think I know which one you're talking about even. I'll look at it later. Excellent. All right. So this is another thing we need to look for. If the ball has been deliberately kicked back to a goalkeeper by a teammate, have they clearly kicked or attempted to kick the ball to release it into play? Here's an example. Team in yellow deliberately kicks back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper tries to clear it, but it pops up. She miskicks it. Okay, so has the goalkeeper kicked or attempted to kick the ball to release it into play? Yes or no? I've got a no. I've got a yes. Yes. I've got a yes. Play on. All good. Yes. Yeah, I think this person has attempted to kick the ball and release it into play. Yeah, they just miskicked it. It's a bumpy pitch, and you can see the ball takes like a little bounce up, right before it gets to her foot and causes her to miskick it. But yeah, she's trying to kick that ball. I mean, she's swinging through that ball to kick it, clear it. Yeah. So, per the laws of the game, this is not an indirect free kick. She can use her hands again, and we play on. It's just a bad clearance. So, I'm telling you, there are going to be coaches and parents and players who are going to be screaming bloody murder on this one. And they're going to be saying, it's a pass back. And that's when everything comes down. Hey, coach, she attempted to kick the ball and release it into play. She's allowed to use her hands again. But we've got to know this part of the law. It's important. This one's really hard to see. So I'm only going to play this once. But team in white is defending. They play it back to the goalkeeper. Little kid kicks it. It like goes up like 4 feet and comes back down again, and they catch it. Again, it's another one of these situations. And again, the quality of the video is poor. But they kick it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's coming up, try and boots it, and it bounces up, and they catch it. They've tried to kick it and release it into play. This one, it's again, I think it is another example where they've tried to kick it. Now, a referee, does not feel that they have, and that's fine. And again, everything's opinion of the referee, so we respect the referee on that. But I put this in here for another reasons. Okay, so let's say you do call a deliberate kick back to the goalkeeper. Do you show a card to the goalkeeper for handling the ball in their penalty area, especially with an attacker closing them down? Is this a cardable offense? So, sorry, let me go back. Let me hang on. Sorry. So, do we show a card? Yes or no? If someone is guilty of handling a ball that's been deliberately kicked back by a teammate. All right. We're getting a couple different ones here. We're seeing no's, and then there was like a yes at this level. Could be denying a goal scoring opportunity. No's. The no's have it. That's right. There is no card. No card. A goalkeeper is not guilty of handling within their own penalty area. The only infraction, if you are calling, and the only sanction, if you are calling, the goalkeeper for handling the ball in their penalty, not handling, but it's a deliberate kickback to the goalkeeper and they use their hands, is the indirect free kick offense. There is no dog so here. There is no spa here. It is just the indirect free kick offense, no card, per the laws of the game. So no card. It's just the indirect free kick offense. Yeah, that's also a little known one, without a doubt. Okay. All right. Next one up. This is a fun one if you ever get to see this one, because the people who do it are like, what? What are you talking about? I use my head. Okay. It is legal for the goalkeeper to handle a ball if it is played to them by a teammate's head, chest, knee, stomach, whatever, nose, fine, as long as it's not trickery. And what I mean by trickery, okay, is someone dribbling the ball with their feet and then popping it up to themselves and heading it back to the goalkeeper, which we'll see an example of a second. Or let's say it's a free kick or a goal kick, and someone flicks the ball up with their foot to someone's head who heads it back. That is considered to be a deliberate trick to circumvent the laws of the game. So let's look at a couple examples of that. This is a fun one. Okay, so player in red is dribbling the ball back with their feet, and then they get down and they head it to their goalkeeper. Okay, is this a deliberate trick? Okay, everyone's got it. That's right. Because it looks fishy, right? You're like, wait, what are you doing? Well, the guy is thinking, I've headed it back to the goalkeeper. I can do that, right? Okay. That's right. Bark, bark. I like he's getting down. It's like a dog. He's heading it back. My dog would do that. Great. Awesome. So not 20 years ago, but yes, but now in the laws of the game, this is considered to be a deliberate trick to circumvent the laws. Okay. So even though he uses his head, because he's controlled it with his feet first and then used his head, okay, it's called a deliberate trick. So now the question is in the chat, what is the restart? And is there a card and for who? This is a tough one. So it's a three-part question. What's the restart? And is there a card and for who? All right, so we got a bunch of answers going in here. We've got, I'm going to try and go back to where this is. Yes, yellow card for defender. Okay, unsporting, but yellow card for defender. Indirect free kick, no card. Can't see other defenders. Indirect free kick. Direct kick at spot of infraction. Very interesting. Caution to defender. Indirect free kick. That is the correct answer, Kenneth. Okay. So it's a three-part thing. Okay. Who gets the card? The person who initiates the trick. So in this scenario, it is the defender, number 8, running back, or winger, number 8, probably not a defender. He is the person who gets a trick, gets the card. It is a yellow card. Okay. It's under the categories for unsporting behavior. So we card number 8 for initiating the deliberate trick. Okay. Where does the free kick take place? The indirect free kick. Okay. Again, a goalkeeper can never be guilty of handling inside their area. Okay. It is just an indirect free kick offense. Okay. The indirect free kick offense occurs where the ball is handled. So right there, when he picks it up, that's where the indirect free kick is from. So we're going to card our player in red for initiating the deliberate trick, and our indirect free kick is where it is handled. Now, this is a bonus question. Bonus question. You know, do we still card the guy? Okay, this is a bonus one. Okay, do we still card the player even if the goalkeeper doesn't pick up the ball? Okay, seriously, yes or no? Do we card the player even if the goalkeeper doesn't pick up the ball? I see a lot of no's. I see some yeses. See some no's. Yeah, we still card them. I think you'll see that in the law here too. Hang on, let's go back. Okay. Whether or not the goalkeeper touches the ball with their hands, okay, we would still card them. Okay. If it's the goalkeeper who starts it, they get, caution on a deliberate trick. We'll see that one in a second. But whether or not, okay, we would still caution them. Believe it or not. Crazy. Yeah. But the goalkeeper didn't initiate. That's right. We're going to see one in a second. Yeah. So this one, guys, this is the more classic one you see in the laws of the game. So on this one, because the goalkeeper initiates it, we card the goalkeeper and we would do our indirect free kick right there on the edge of the goal area. So again, if you're initiating the deliberate trick, you get the card. But this is the common one that I see most often is in the goal area. Yeah. So crazy stuff. Let's hope you don't see it, but yes, it's a fun one. All right. Now we're ready for the fun one. Ready, guys? This is gonna be the pop quiz. It's gonna be a quick call tonight, but we're gonna have some fun on this one. I'm ready for you guys. Let's see if you've got the knowledge. Got the knowledge. You ready? All right, get your fingers ready. Pop quiz. While the ball is in play, a player deliberately kicks the ball to their goalkeeper, who attempts to unsuccessfully kick it into play. Okay, so someone has deliberately kicked the ball to the goalkeeper. They've tried to kick it. So they've kicked at it, they've scuffed it, and now the ball's rolling to the goal. And we've got someone closing them down. Okay. The goalkeeper dives out, chases it, and they touch the ball with their hands. They prevent it from entering the goal. What's the correct decision? Okay, go ahead and answer. Seeing some play-ons, play-ons. See Ipswich link earlier, exact scenario. There you go. We'll play that one in a second, Stephen, I promise. No infraction, play on, play on, play on. Yeah, that's right. As we saw earlier, as the goalkeeper clearly attempted to kick the ball, it was not an offense when they handled the ball afterwards. The referee allows play to continue. Again, I know you guys are going to get so much crap for this when you call this correctly. I've done it. I'm telling you. People are going to be like, what? It was a pass back. It's dog so. It should be a red card. Whatever. As long as you, in the opinion of the referee, they have, kicked the ball. They have attempted to clear that ball into play. And it's just a missed kick. Okay. Yes, they're allowed to use their hands. Play on. All right, next one. A player, team A, passes the ball back to a teammate who does not touch it. As a result, the ball goes to team A's goalkeeper, who picks the ball up in their own penalty area under pressure from an attacker. What's the correct decision? Yeah. Seeing it. Play on, play on. No foul, no foul, no foul. Great. You got it. Good job. You're knocking it out. You got it. Referee allows play to continue. Goalkeeper's allowed to handle the ball because it was not a deliberate, we talked about deliberate kick to the goalkeeper, as the ball was not originally intended to go to the goalkeeper. That's right. Great. All right, last one. Last one. This is a big one. Defender deliberately passes the ball to a goalkeeper. After the ball has been kicked, an attacker of the opposing team also runs towards the ball. So the goalkeeper goes to ground and catches the ball in their own penalty area. So I want to clarify here because they say a couple things a little bit out of order. Okay. So the defender has kicked it deliberately to the goalkeeper. I want to make sure I say that clearly. So I know they didn't use that exact phrase, but it has been kicked. So defender deliberately passes the ball to the goalkeeper, and they deliberately kicked it to the goalkeeper. So now they've kicked it. The ball's rolling slowly, okay, in the penalty area. Okay, I want to make sure you got this. It's in the penalty area. And so the goalkeeper's like, oh, he's going to get it. So now the goalkeeper dives out and catches the ball in their own penalty area. What's the decision? Okay, I love this because we've got a couple different answers here. Okay, I've got a pass back, indirect free kick. I've got an indirect free kick and yellow card. Interesting. I've got an indirect free kick where ball was touched by goalkeeper hand. A PK, a penalty kick, and a yellow card. Interesting. Indirect free kick, no card. Tough. That's right. It is a tough call. Fourth down. That's a good one. I like it. Dog so. Chad's going dog so. You got a red card. Okay. Let's see what IFAB says. The referee stops play and awards an indirect free kick to the attacking team. There is no disciplinary sanction. I know. I know. I'm telling you, to the players and the coaches and the spectators who are watching this happen, who know it's been a deliberate kick back to the goalkeeper. And now they're seeing the goalkeeper handle the ball in the penalty area, right? When an attacker is closing them down, they're going to be screaming for a red card. They're going to be screaming for a penalty kick. They're like, he can't touch it with his hands. You're right. It's an offense. It's an offense, but it is just an indirect free kick offense. No yellow, and it's not a handling offense. It's not a handball, right? A goalkeeper can never be guilty of a handball offense within their own penalty area. Now, if this had happened outside the penalty area, let's say goalkeeper's coming out and they're, attack. Let's say it's a really bad back pass from a teammate from like the halfway line. And goalkeeper sees an attacker closing it down, and the goalkeeper comes out of the penalty area and hits the ball away from the onrushing attacker outside of the penalty area. And there's no other defenders around. Okay. In that scenario, yes. Direct free kick, red card, dog, so you're sent off. Okay. It's a handling offense. Absolutely. It's dog, so they're gone. But inside the penalty area, if a goalkeeper uses their hands on a deliberate kickback from a teammate, it is just the indirect free kick offense. That is it. I know, I know, I know. But that's what the laws say. So hopefully that straightens it out. I know there's so much stuff. All right, guys, little table. Okay. I know it's crazy. I agree. I agree. Okay. So if a defender passes to the goalkeeper, was it a deliberate kick? Yes. Did the goalkeeper handle the ball? Yes. It's an indirect free kick. Defender passes to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper uses their feet. Is it deliberate? Yeah. Did they handle it? No. Play on. Attacker shot deflects off a defender to the goalkeeper. Was it deliberate? No. Does the goalkeeper handle it? Yeah. Play on. Defender heads the ball to the goalkeeper. Okay. Was it a kick? No. And it wasn't trickery, right? It's not like they dribbled it with their feet and flipped it up. Okay. So if defender heads it, it's not a deliberate kick. It's not a kick. They handle it. Yeah. Play on. A teammate. We didn't talk about this, but hopefully it's pretty, self-explanatory. If a ball goes on a throw-in, okay, so the ball's gone out of bounds for the defending team, they throw it to their goalkeeper on the throw-in, and it goes directly to the goalkeeper and they handle it, okay, it's an indirect free kick. Indirect free kick. Now, trickery. Defender flicks the ball up, and I'm telling you, this is the most common scenario you're going to have is on a goal kick or a free kick in the defending half. You're going to see someone flick it up to someone and head it to the goalkeeper. Okay. It's called a deliberate trick to circumvent the laws of the game. Okay. And again, if the, one player, let's say one defender flicks it up to another defender who immediately heads it to the goalkeeper, I don't care if the goalkeeper handles it. They're attempting this trickery. It's indirect free kick and a yellow card to the player. It's usually going to be the goalkeeper. Again, defender passes to center back and the center back leaves it for the goalkeeper. Was it deliberate? No. Goalkeeper handle it? Yeah. Play on. So that's just kind of a real summary table. Again, we're going to make this, this entire presentation. You can go back and watch. I put the link to all of these presentations in our Friday newsletters. So every Friday, you'll see at the bottom, I put the links to all of these presentations there. So you can go back, you can get this table anytime. But it really does kind of sum it all up for you really easily. All right. So guys, thank you so much for that. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go pull the play that Stephen put in earlier from Ipswich so we can all look at this because I'm pretty positive I know this exact play that Stephen was mentioning. While I'm doing that, go ahead and drop into the chat any other questions you might have about a deliberate kick back to the goalkeeper. Definitely let me know. Oh my gosh, you guys were so wonderful tonight with all of your engagement and questions. I'm having to really scroll back. There it is. I got it. Okay, hang on. Let me pull it up and give me a second. And let me kind of see if I can get this full screen for you guys. All right. So we've got a, looks like a kickback to the keeper in blue or the teammate in blue. And instead of a kick, he just tries to use a little futsal foot control and stop the ball. So he doesn't deliberately kick the ball. He just tries to stop it with his foot. So it's a deliberate pass back to the goalkeeper. He just miscontrols it, right? So it's not a kick. He didn't attempt to put the ball back into play. He's just trying to control it. He just didn't play enough futsal growing up. And so he doesn't know how to use his soul control. That's what we called it. I don't know if what they actually call it. Soul control. It sounds good. The sole of your foot. That's what we called it. So yes, so really important. So, all right. So the question is, hey, we got questions here. Hold on. Hang on. I see this. All right. I've got it right here. Stefan, I've got your question here. 1 second. All right. So again, he doesn't kick it. So indirect free kick, it's going to be right on the line of the goal area, parallel to the goal line. So we don't put the ball on the goal line. It is on the edge of the goal area, parallel to the goal line, closest to where the infraction occurred. So that's where we restart our indirect free kick. Even though he touches it on the goal line, we're going to put our indirect free kick right here. Great. All right. Now for questions. Hang on. We got some good ones here. So let me pause this 1 second. Let me put this one down. Let me go back to the Canva. Okay, cool. All right. So we got questions here. Give me a second. Stefan asks, I got Michelle on the line. I can ask her. So, Michelle, when will players, coaches, and parents take this training class? Michelle?
Well, parents and spectators and coaches who get sent off from games have sideline behavior courses to take,
That's
but I
right.
do think that we will make the LMS available to parents as well for anybody who wants to educate themselves, even if they don't want to become referees. So I could see opening that LMS up. One of the things I was thinking while David was going through all of this is there's so much gray in a lot of this, and when you're having to deal with when referees are having to deal with these situations in real time and
Mm.
having to make those calls without being able to, don't have VAR, don't have video clips,
All right.
can't go back and do something, and every parent is screaming what their opinion is, and you've got
Mm.
200 different opinions. I just can't even fathom it. So I
Well, I
think,
think actually, Michelle, this might be a fun one to offer to parents because it's one
yeah.
that we just send out, in our next newsletter. Who wants to come and learn about this? This might be a good one for them to learn, to be quite
And then we
honest.
just mute
We'll
all the
see if we get them
parents
to
so that
come.
they can't say anything.
Well, just to have some appreciation of the depth of knowledge you need to have to manage all these different scenarios. We should
Yeah.
offer it to coaches and to parents.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. We could actually send the link out to parents so that they
Oh, I
can
want to
watch.
do it live because they're going to have different questions. I know it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I
All
really
right,
do. I think giving them
Stefan, we'll
access
do
to
it,
the
man.
LMS to learn what the laws of the games are, what's
Yeah,
required from the referees on check-in, like everything that we're building, I
yeah.
think it'd be great for parents.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Jem asks, defender miskicks it up in the air. Goalkeeper okay to catch? Okay. Let's again, it's a miss kick. Is it a deliberate kick back to the goalkeeper? No. Nope. I see Deshaun. He's going, nope. No, yeah, perfectly okay for the goalkeeper to catch it. That's right. A miss kick, a scuff, whatever. Again, a deflection, ball's blasted, by an attacker and someone sticks up their foot and it deflects off their foot. Perfectly fine for a goalkeeper to play it. Outstanding. I'd like to know if restarts are on whistle or can they set and go? Okay, so this is a question just about quick free kicks versus ceremonial. Serge, is that correct? So that just real briefly on this. So yes, on any direct free kick or indirect free kick offense, as long as the ball is, placed at or near where the foul has occurred. So, again, when you're close to the goal area, it's got to be a lot more precise, right? So, I mean, if you're close to the attacking, the penalty area, you got to be really precise with that because every little foot matters in terms of angle on goal. So I think that's why you see so many more ceremonial free kicks in and around the attacking penalty areas. You got to be really precise on those. You don't want someone just taking the ball, putting it down, 4 yards away from where the foul occurred, you got to really make sure it's in that exact spot. So, but yes, as long as the ball is placed at or near where the foul occurs, the ball is stationary, the person taking the free kick doesn't, touch it a second time, right, or something of nature. Yeah, people can have a quick free kick at any time. You don't have to have someone say, I'm taking a quick free kick. And there is no necessarily an expectation on the defense to say, hey, I didn't get a chance to set up my wall. No, you committed the foul. So the advantage to the attacking team, if they want to play it quick, they can play it quick. I would just caution you as a referee, and I saw one of these plays actually today, as a matter of fact, where a referee was literally standing on top of a ball, like right next to the ball. This is such a good question. I want to actually pull up a play that was sent to me today. I get literally every day of my life, guys, I get about 30 or 40 plays that are sent to me from all across the country every time. And I look at every single one. If you ever want me to review a play, send it my way and I will definitely take a look at it. But let me pull up this play for you real quick. This is what not to do, okay, on a quick free kick. Okay, hang on one second. Let me pull this up for you. This is what not to do. Hang on. You can see all the images and stuff that I have here for you guys. And I'm making fun Christmas Hanukkah sweatshirts this year too. That's a good one. Hang on. Downloads. Where are we at? Where are we at? Oh gosh. Hang on. There it is. Okay. Let's do this. All right. This is what not to do if you're doing a quick free kick. Okay. I'm going to hit play. If you're the referee and you're allowing a quick free kick, don't put your arm out like I didn't go back far enough. Let me see if I've got this here. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Don't stand on top of the ball. Don't put your arm out like you're telling the player to hold off, or you're talking to him, whatever. Okay. That seems like you're setting up for a ceremonial free kick for me, personally. Again, if there's been a foul and you've blown the whistle and the ball is, set, get ready for the next restart. Get yourself in position for where you think that ball might be going. But if you're standing on top of the ball, well, that's kind of an indicator that, I'm waiting for the ball to be set. And now I'm going to count out my 10 yards, and I'm going to set, the wall for a ceremonial free kick. So again, for me, if I call a foul, whatnot, I've whistled for the foul and they've put the ball down, at or near where the foul took place. I'm waiting for a little bit of an indicator from the attacking team. Okay, do you want it to be ceremonial? It's their choice. It's not the defending team's choice for it to be ceremonial. It's the attacking team's choice for it to be ceremonial. I want to give them the opportunity to play it quickly, but I don't want to give the impression that I'm setting up for a ceremonial free kick. I hope that's an answer to your question. So that was a good question. Thank you so much for asking that. All right, where am I this weekend? I am reffing at Galway this weekend. That's a question. So I'm in Marietta right now and hanging out. So I am in SoCal. A lot of fun reffing at Galway. Let's see. Any other questions? Let me see. Oh my gosh, 12 new. I'm sorry, I'm going down. Small-sided games. Is the indirect free kick at the top of the box directly out from where the infraction occurred? That is a great question. Oh my gosh, Tom, that is the question of the night, my friend. I'm serious. So we have just amended our I'm going to go to the SoCal. Hold on one second. Let's go to the SoCal handbook. Let's do, hang on, SoCal handbook. So I really, again, if you do not have our SoCal Soccer League handbook, like favorite it or whatnot, you need to. So in the SoCal Soccer League handbook, which I look at this thing almost every single day, we've actually just amended it to make sure that it's accurate. So because we're on a smaller field for 7v7 and 9v9 fields, okay, we have to have different distances for our direct free kicks. So on a direct free kick, okay, on a full-sized 11v11 field, okay, it would be 10 yards. That would be counting off, or 9.5 meters if you want to go metric. On a small-sided field, a direct free kick is 8 yards. 8 yards. Now, I believe that we have just fixed this for hang on one second, specifically for the free kicks. One second. Oh my gosh. I'm almost positive. Oh, hang on one second. Let me make sure I got to go to the SoCal website. Hold on. SoCal Soccer League, resources. See, that's an old one. I'm going to go, where's my handbook? Handbook. Here it is. Okay. Sorry, that was an old one. Let's go to the new one, to the current one, I should say. And let's see what it says in here. We got 8 yards, penalty kicks, penalty area. I'm missing it. Oh gosh, I feel like it was in here halftime. Number of primary plays, field size. Gosh, I felt like we updated it. Oh, no, no. Oh, that's the reason why. It used to be direct and indirect. We have taken out the word indirect. An indirect free kick for a small-sided game is on if the infraction happens within the goal area, it is on the edge of the goal area. So a goal area is only 4 yards for a small-sided field. It's 6 yards for a full-size field. Okay, on a full-size field, it's on the edge of the goal area, 6 yards. On an indirect, on a small-sided field, it's 4 yards. It's on the edge of the goal area. That's where the indirect free kick takes place. Because I think what the change I was looking for, it used to say direct and indirect. We took the word indirect out. And now it's direct is 8 yards. If it's inside the goal area, the infraction occurs. The direct free kick, or I'm sorry, the indirect free kick happens on the edge of the goal area, which could only be 4. Yep. So that is a good one. Let's see. I'd love to share the video with number 4 player on the red team. Oh my, wait.
Mine, that's from me, David.
Johan?
Yeah,
Johan's
with
video?
Johan. Yeah. I
Okay.
would just because your analysis on that, and I think because it is a SoCal game, and I
Yes.
know we're coming up to 8 o'clock, so but I really think that whole scenario and
Yes.
how that played out is really important
Okay.
to share with the group.
No problem. Give me a
Got
second. I'll pull that one up. I'm so sorry. All right. So yes, if it's an indirect free kick foul, it happens. So you're saying small-sided indirect free kick in the penalty area goes to the top of the penalty area parallel with the infraction occurred? I don't know. It's not in our handbook. I don't see that as a local rule of competition if it's not in our handbook. How about this? I will do research on it and I will come back to you guys on this on a future webinar or put it in a future newsletter. When I spoke with Blake, who's also on our executive team, we did not have that rule covered that it goes on the top of the penalty area. So I'll come back to you. Great. Okay. Let's see. Like to see view the parents, coaches training to read their questions. Yeah. I'll invite the referees too. That's great. What about a defender stopping the ball in the penalty area, putting foot on the ball and leaving it stationary for the goalkeeper to come and pick it up? I would think, man, this is a deliberate kick. Like they've used your foot to kick the ball, right? They've touched it with their foot. I don't care how far that ball goes. And then they're purposely leaving it for the goalkeeper. Man, I'm calling an indirect on that, Deshaun. That's a good question. I'm calling an indirect. Again, if you guys didn't hear that, let me see if I can drop this into the screen. Are you guys, I can't see the chat when I pull it here, but there was a question about a defender stopping the ball in the penalty area by putting the foot on the ball and leaving it stationary for the goalkeeper to come pick it up. Yeah, no, that's an indirect free kick for me. It's deliberate action. They're using their foot or ankle. No, not gonna work for me. All right. I will check about top of the penalty area. Cool. Are you asking, let's see, can we have the videos of our games of study? So Miguel, so I always, when I go to a field and it's being videoed, I always go to the coach at those games before the game and say, hey coach, I like to study my videos. Would you mind if I get a link to the video once you guys have downloaded it? Almost every single time. They're like, sure, no problem. Again, if you go with a student's heart and it's like, listen, I just want to understand and see what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. Yeah, I always go and I always ask, and it's a lot of fun to see. And I tell you, I mean, I'm critical on myself. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I make a mistake and I want to know. Let's see. Yes, I'll get the handbook updated. Cool. All right, we're gonna pull up Johan's video, guys. This is not for the faint of
it.
heart.
This is
Not for the faint of heart.
bonus content.
So we had a major mass confrontation this past week. And no, don't worry, guys. It is not referee was not at fault. This is not dogging out any referee at all. Only 2 referees showed up for this match. They had their hands full here. But yeah, this was a very, very, very scary scene that occurred this week. So let me pull that up for you, YouTube. There we go. All right, guys. Just hold on to your hats, people. And I hope this never happens for you. That's all I have to say. I hope this never happens to any of us. No one wants this in our lives. We don't need this, right? Okay, so let me go. Okay, here. Okay. All right. So this kid comes in with a cracking tackle. He's going to be set off with a second yellow card. We got a little bit of a bump foul here, and there's some frustration. He kicks a ball into someone. Johan goes, punches someone in the face. Someone punches him, and then we've got a melee, and it gets scary. Essentially, we have a bench clearing brawl on the behalf of both sidelines. Um, I'm going to take you back one more time, and this goes on for a long time, but I'm going to take you back one more time. So the referee on this match, there's only two refs. So he's trying to work it like a high school duel all the way on the offside line up here. So he's going to get caught really far out of position on this. Again, this is not a high school system. So you've got to be closer to the center of the pitch. So he is going to be really, really, really far away. And I'm gonna stop it right here and I'm going to slow it down. Okay. So ref is going to be really far away from this challenge right here, which on its own could be a red card serious foul play for me. High degree of force, catches him high on the shin. This is it's a rough challenge, man. Whack! Nails this kid. Okay? So where's the ref? AR's over here on the sideline. Ref is really far out of it. Little challenge here, but they take exception to it. Kid gets knocked down. And everyone's upset. He's looking around for the ref. Ref's blowing the whistle. Okay. But ref is really slow to react to this thing that happens right here. Really slow. Now, I think all of this would blow over, even though this punch to the face, okay, right here, and the swings, and this kid getting punched over. I think all of this would be dead in a second, now that we've got ref there, if coach and other spectator doesn't run in onto the field. And you can see this coach here. He's got his hands behind his back. He's trying to be cool. He's like, I don't want to run on the field and get sent off. I don't want to run on the field, get sent off. I'm going to be chill. But what's now going to happen is coach is going to come in and try and separate two kids who square up. So I want to see if I can zoom in on that for you. I can't. I'm sorry. So guy in blue is coach. These two kids square up. Coach is going to put his hands to separate. But, perspective is everything. Opposing team is going to be like, you just pushed and put your hands on the kid. And they actually wind up calling the cops. They're so upset. But now he's going to come in. He's going to try and separate these two boys. He does push him. He's pushing him away. But now everyone's in on it for this guy. Okay. So AR's in the middle of this. He's not keeping these spectators back. We don't have another AR on the other side, so they can't keep anyone back. And then we've got a melee. So they start going after coach. He's going after coach. He's coming after coach. This guy can't be stopped. He's coming after coach. And then these kids wind up just running for their lives. It becomes a really scary scene. So, I don't know. Lessons that we can take away from this, very scary scene. Again, when we have only two referees on the day, we have one referee. We don't call them center referees. We have a referee, okay, who has to do the best they can watching an offside line, but they need to be close to where the action is going to be in the middle of the field, not in the far corner, okay? AR, if you're an assistant referee on a game and you see a fight, breaking out, again, if you can come in to, I don't want you putting hands on kids, but if you can help get a presence there and try and just use your hands and show everyone, hey, stay back, and also make sure that everyone stays off the field on the sidelines, spectators. Okay, I always, if when I'm working a match as a referee, part of my pregame is if we have a mass confrontation, okay, please, first things first, make sure everyone stays off the field. That's your first job, okay? You know, I'm going to try and break up the first two. If it gets beyond the first two and we got three or four, let's set up our triangle of control and try and keep all spectators out and just try and watch and write down numbers. Stay safe, right? Um, again, if and again, listen, I'm not throwing any stones at this referee. I know they're covering, the field the best they possibly can. But again, if we're this far away from a key match decision, and we see things popping off, we got to start hustling to get there the best we can. Because again, parents and coaches come in when they feel there's a vacuum, right? Like no one's taking control and we've got a brawl that's happening. So they try and come in and address it if we don't. Again, I'm not throwing stones. It's a very difficult situation. Even if someone's, right on top of this right here, could, this mass confrontation happen anyway? Absolutely. Um, but again, it's it was unfortunate. And let me just tell you this. I mean, both of these teams have severe punishments. Severe.
Yeah, I do want to share with the refs
Please.
that are on this call, because I think this was a really hard one for us. This was, three wrongs don't make a right.
That's right.
And it was, we talked about it. The staff reviewed everything. We've micro analyzed this. Um, and what we ended up doing, number four, Johan,
This guy.
that wasn't his first rodeo with the red card. Um, so he started it. He started with the first tackle that wasn't kind of stopped in time, went in with a kick, threw punches. So Johan is actually not going to be allowed to play in our league anymore. And the white team's coach should not have run onto the field. The refs, we had the opinion that the referees had handled the situation with the players and had, stepped in, and it would have just ended when he
Yep.
stepped in. But the white team coach had already run onto the field. And so he made matters worse by coming in, even though had the best of intentions of stopping the fight. He actually sidestepped the referee to get into a position to be able to stop the fight, and he laid hands on the kid. Now, he didn't shove him, push him, throw him to the ground. He just tried to back him off.
Yeah.
But for coming on the field, he got a red card. But instead of 3 games, we're giving him 6 games. Um, the the white team parents really only kind of came onto the field after the red team parents flew onto the field. We don't really see much aggression from the white team parents other than trying to get the kids out of the situation. There were a few parents on the red team who were very aggressive. The guy there with the green, light green and blue shirt had 4 people pulling him off. He was looking just for a straight up fight. So we are putting the white team. And now this is the last game of the season too. So what do you do with that, right? So the coach has 6 games that will be for the start of next season will carry over for the white team. The white team will be permitted to play state cup on probation if there's any issues with the white team, and they will be on probation for the 26-27 season. So any issues with that team, coach gets 6 games, the team will play state cup and all of next season on probation. Any issues, then they'll be dropped immediately. Red team, we're throwing out of the league. We're not letting them play state cup. Um, we're not going to forfeit the season out because it was the last game of the season. This was first versus second. Even the white was in first, red was in second, and second could not have caught first anyways. But we are not going to let that team play state cup, and we're not going to let them come back to the league next year. And we're putting the club on probation. So we actually are doing a lot with this situation. This is the type of situation that when you look at parents like this could have been a knife, a gun, a follow to the parking lot. This could have gotten really, really, really bad. And it all started with a violent player that it turned into a fight with a coach from an opposing team who had no business coming on the field that caused all these other parents. And so there's consequences for everybody, is I think the point I'm trying to make. And the referees, were in a bad spot being two refs, and really doing the right thing with trying to handle the fight situation. Um, but the parents are the ones that the coach started it and the parents got it, blew it out of control. So just so when we get videos, when things like this happen, we do deal with them.
Yeah.
We do take action. We've thrown many teams out this year because of sideline behavior, coach behavior. We don't mess with it. We put clubs on probation. We've thrown clubs out of the league. We have the online courses now that they're having to take. So yeah, I think this was a really bad situation, but and everything just went wrong. One thing just led to another, and none of it was good.
Yeah, we had another game this weekend where we had another I mean there was and I'll say on that one, to be transparent, there were some issues back and forth between the referee who definitely did not take the de-escalation class at all with the parents, but the parents, really were belligerent, using profane language, aggressive towards the ref, aggressive towards the other parents on the other team, the other coach. And I think we had 4 or 5 different parents who have all been suspended. Again, our minimum 3 games, have to take the return in good standing course before they can come back, to the game. So we take this stuff seriously. I just want to let you guys know, if you guys, again, spectators who are misbehaving, people using foul and abusive language, even if like for whatever reason you didn't card them during the game or you didn't send them off during the match, if we can get the game footage and we can identify it, even if we don't have video footage, but if it gets reported, after the match, we get a supplemental, we take action. So, we're here to support you. We want to create a safe environment for you without a doubt. And we're not going to have parents and teams who behave like this in our league, because that's an unsafe working environment. It's not good for you, not good for us, not good for anyone. Certainly not good for the kids. I'll say that. That's for sure. Well, hey guys, it is 8:11. I know we've taken you over time. I really appreciate everyone's engagement. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Again, Gerson at SoCalSoccerLeague.org. Shoot me all your questions and requests for future trainings, and look forward to catching you guys up in another 2 weeks. So again, everyone, have a great night. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, see you guys. Bye.